Shortly after the end of World War II, Convair received an order from the United States Navy to integrate the latest technology accumulated by the United States during the war and design and manufacture a large aircraft. Here, the term aircraft refers to a seaplane. At that time, the U.S. military already had the battle-tested Catalina seaplane, which meant that the new generation of aircraft had to surpass it in all aspects. Although not well known, the Convair R3Y Tradewind large seaplane designed by Convair was indeed considered high-tech equipment at the time. The aircraft had an integrated fuselage/hull, with a total length of about 42.6 meters. The cockpit, wing, fuselage connection, and tail structure were all located above the main fuselage, creating a large cargo hold within the main fuselage and greatly improving the aircraft's transport capabilities. Fixed floats were installed at both ends of the high wing, and the 4 engine nacelles on the wing housed the turboprop engines that were still under development at the time, each driving a pair of 6-bladed counter-rotating propellers. This power system was the boldest attempt for the R3Y, considering that jet engines were just beginning to be put into practical use at that time. The engine model was the Allison T40-10, with each engine producing 5,332 shaft horsepower, approximately 4,000 kilowatts. In comparison, the single-engine power of the Wright R3350-23 supercharged radial engine on the B-29 bomber was 1,600 horsepower, highlighting the significant power difference between the two. However, this engine was not very reliable and had a short lifespan, which later led to disastrous consequences for the aircraft. The R3Y seaplane made its maiden flight in April 1950, setting a record for continuous flight with turboprop propellers for 8 hours and 6 minutes. With a total weight of nearly 66 tons, a maximum takeoff weight of nearly 75 tons, a maximum flight speed of 554 km per hour, a maximum flight distance of 4,480 kilometers, a maximum altitude of 9,200 meters, a water takeoff time of 50 seconds on calm seas, and a climb to maximum flight altitude taking over 40 minutes. These data are for the passenger version, and other versions have some differences in corresponding data due to their different functions and tasks, as well as differences in crew numbers. Only 13 aircraft were produced, with 2 being armed models capable of carrying 3,600 kilograms of bombs, depth charges, mines, or torpedoes, and equipped with 5 twin 20mm cannons. There were also 5 tankers, capable of refueling 4 aircraft at once. In addition, 6 transport models had modified nose sections that could be opened upwards, allowing large cargo to be directly loaded and unloaded from the aircraft's cargo hold. However, it was found during use that the aircraft was difficult to stabilize, and the degree of swaying was not conducive to loading and unloading of cargo. Medical or passenger models could carry 103 passengers, 24 tons of cargo, or 92 stretcher patients. Overall, the R3Y aircraft had good overall performance, whether in passenger and cargo transport, maritime patrol, search and rescue, etc. The issue lay in the unreliable turboprop engines. By 1958, in several accidents, 4 aircraft were determined to have been lost due to engine failures. With such a high accident rate, the crew must have been nervous on every flight. It was in 1958 that the military officially retired the series of seaplanes. In fact, aside from the engine factor, the R3Y's sleek and streamlined body and structural layout should have been successful overall, especially for the United States, which has a long coastline. Some people might argue that if the engine was not working, why not just change the model? In fact, the operating environment for seaplanes is different, and the engines are susceptible to erosion from salt spray and seawater, which invisibly reduces the lifespan and reliability of the engines. Moreover, driving such a large aircraft while meeting the environmental requirements was quite difficult under the technological conditions at the time. Moreover, since a number of the original 13 aircraft were destroyed, it was not necessary to continue to waste funds to improve it. However, overall, The R3Y series of aircraft also proved its worth, especially the powerful turboprop propellers that greatly improved the aircraft's flight performance, leading to the subsequent substantial development of turboprop engines in the United States.